Are you a busy mom who's running on caffeine and crumbs? Do you experience crashes in the middle of your day and find it hard to perform for the rest? Do you find it hard to do simple tasks around your home and you know something just isn't quite right? This video is for you. Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to House of Cramel. My name is Cramel. I am a 40-year-old wife and busy working mom of 2 boys ages 5 and 2, and I experienced the same things that I just listed at the beginning of this video. I was tired. I didn't know I was tired, but I was tired of being tired. It hit me one day when I was cleaning my home and I had to sit down and take breaks. I couldn't do things that usually wouldn't take me a lot of time or energy. I just couldn't do them, and I didn't like that. So I decided to do something about it. I needed to kickstart my energy. I needed to find out why I didn't have any. So I'm going to tell you the ways that I learned to kickstart my energy levels, and I've been flying ever since. By the way, I told you I'm a 40-year-old mom. I work, I'm a wife, I have toddler children, but the things I am not are a doctor, a medical professional, or anything of the sort. So before you make any changes to your lifestyle, I highly recommend consulting a medical professional. And it's a good thing that's one of my suggestions. So without further ado, because I know we're busy, let's start with number 1. The first tip I have to kickstart your energy is to start taking a multivitamin. Multivitamins help fill the gaps in our dietary needs. Sometimes we're not being intentional about what we're putting on our plate. Sometimes during our life, we're too busy to even think about it. And a good way to make sure that we're always filling those deficits or filling those gaps is to take a multivitamin. And if you are doing those things and if you are being intentional about what you're eating, it's time to figure out what your deficits are and what you're not getting enough of. So I highly recommend looking at your blood work. If you don't have any blood work, you need to go get some, sis. This is your sign to visit your PCP and get a full blood workup. Your blood work will tell you what you're deficit in, what might be wrong, and what vitamins or supplements you need to focus on replenishing in your body. So that being said, I'll tell you my top vitamins that I chose to take based on my experience. I started taking a B12. That's been a game changer for my energy. I started taking a D3. That's also been a game changer for my energy and my immune system. I started taking fish oil. I had a bit of joint pain, which I really didn't understand. It's like, I'm 40. But I'm not that old, so I shouldn't be having any joint pain. But the fish oil really helped to really mitigate that. And also I started to take ashwagandha. I have PCOS and I have stress, and that is one of the things that have helped to keep me leveled out, keep my cortisol levels in check when I need. I highly recommend these vitamins, but you are not me, I am not you. So do your own research, talk to your doctor, figure out which supplements will work better for you and help to kickstart or level out, rebalance your energy levels. Number 2, vegetables are a superpower. You've heard this since you were a young kid. Vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables. There's a reason. Vegetables are just the most nutrient dense foods that I can think of. And there's a reason why doctors, nutritionists, dietitians, there's a reason why all these medical professionals, food professionals, experts are pushing you towards vegetables, plant-based diets, majority plant-based diets. It's because veggies have the superpowers. I can remember there was one time my husband and I decided to take kind of a New Year's resolution challenge, and we decided to eat nothing but vegetables for 30 days just to see how we would feel. And when I tell you, it was probably one of the best one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. I thought I would be lower on energy because I wasn't eating any meat. I thought I would have to like super supplement a bunch of things, but the truth is I didn't. I felt lighter. I felt better. I felt like I had more energy. Hello, energy. I felt more awake. I felt more balanced. I felt great. So even though I'm not a vegetarian and I don't just eat vegetables today, I can just about pinpoint sometimes when my energy levels are low, or I'm feeling super bloated, or I'm feeling just weird, that I probably need to up my veggie intake. Love them or hate them, the nutrient content in vegetables is probably unmatched. You get your fiber, they help level out your blood sugar levels. You get from A, B, C, D, all those vitamins are available in veggies. So I highly recommend you up your veggie intake. If you don't like them, learn to. And also look into some fruits too. I didn't lead with fruits because often people are told to watch their sugar intake, and certain fruits can increase your sugar, your blood sugar, but fruit is still and always will be good for you. So just kind of be intentional about that and watch it. But fruits and vegetables, up that intake. Tip number 3, are you drinking enough water? It's as simple as that. Staying hydrated is probably one of the first things you should do, even before vitamins. If you aren't drinking enough water, that can lead to headaches, that can lead to fatigue, that can lead to all the things that point to mild episodes of dehydration to worse ones. No matter what season it is, you want to always make sure you're drinking enough water, and you will be surprised at how you feel energy wise when you up that energy intake. It's not by chance that we are walking around with our Stanleys or our Simple Moderns or Outwallers now. We have found a lot of value in staying hydrated. It is your friend. Number 4. So this one you would think goes without saying, but I'm gonna go just a tad bit deeper into it. But number 4 is your sleep matters. Your sleep is important. And I'm not talking about just going to sleep early or not staying up all night. I would hope that will go without saying, but some of us have an entirely different struggle with sleep and need a bit more help. Some people try to lay down at 9 o'clock or 8:30 or whatever early is for you, and you still can't get to sleep. Some people go to sleep and the quality of sleep is just trash. So looking into solutions to fix your sleep will help with your energy exponentially and help all the other things that you need to do, not even just your energy. Sleep is essential. Don't fall for that you don't need sleep when you did. Like, no, you need sleep. So one of the things that I did to try to increase the quality of my sleep, because I was having some inconsistencies on nights. Like sometimes I would go to sleep and I would wake up and feel like I didn't get any rest. Like I would literally just lay down with my eyes closed all night. Sometimes I would sleep and I would wake up and I just didn't feel rested. So I just wanted to focus on 2 things, because I also did start going to bed earlier because I wanted to get up earlier. But I started taking magnesium because I want to say it's glycate is the one that helps with regulating your sleep and supporting your circadian rhythm. I am not a sleep expert, y'all. I'm just telling you guys what I read and what worked for me. But taking magnesium, I actually take a magnesium with all 3 types in it now to cover all the stuff. Muscle relaxation, sleep support, and there's one other benefit. I'll talk about vitamins and my supplements in another video so we can dive deeper into that. But the point is, I started taking magnesium consistently, and it was almost instant. I started taking that and my sleep just improved so much. So I highly recommend taking that supplement to see if that works for you. If that isn't working, again, I highly recommend going to a medical professional to discuss what might be wrong. Even get like some type of a tracker. Some Apple Watch apps do it. Aura Ring, I don't have one, but I kind of want one, so let's see what happens with that. But there are lots of things that help you track your sleep patterns and give you insights onto what you could be doing better or what could be wrong. So start there. Sleep is worth an investment, and I highly recommend you figuring out how to get better sleep and more sleep. And number 5, this one probably doesn't come top of mind, but when you work, when you're a parent, when you have a lot of responsibilities or obligations in your life, you understand how much making decisions constantly all day can drain your energy. So my suggestion is try to reduce the amount of decisions that you have to make every single day. That is an energy drain. You're like, how do I do that? How do I make less decisions? That doesn't even sound right. You can. Some ways that you can start doing that is really planning your days, giving yourselves routines. When you give yourself a routine, when you put your kids on a routine, you're kind of putting everybody on auto. You know what to do. You know what's coming next. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to decide what's going on, instead of just winging it every day and just not really feeling like you know where to go next. Planning is important. Meal planning helps take the energy out of everyday decisions. Doing all of the work, or a lot of the work at least, up front, so you already know what you and the family are going to eat. And this is something I could get better at myself, honestly, is a game changer, because again, you don't have to be thinking about it, and you don't have to waste energy thinking about what is going on. Just setting up systems in your life that will support not having to always make game time decisions. I would really love to dive in and do like a video on that. There are definitely systems that I've implemented in my house. There are more systems that I want to implement in my home, just to help us keep going, because I've learned that the less decisions that I have to make, the better I feel, the less stressed I feel, and the less energy it takes up. All right, so those are my 5 tips to kickstart your energy. It doesn't take a whole bunch. You just have to be intentional about it, and you actually have to do it. A lot of the things that I've listed today, you probably heard before, but you haven't acted on it. If you want to feel better, if you are truly tired, then you'll act on some of these things. So I would love to hear from you out there. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me, are any of these tips some of the things that you do to kickstart your energy? Do you take some of the same vitamins that I do? Do you have any other tips to give busy moms, working moms, anybody that's busy out there? Any tips on gaining more energy? I would love to hear it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.